Hey guys, welcome back to another weekly reading vlog. Reading update, I am still reading Assassin's Apprentice by Robin Hobb. I'm on page 162, which is chapter 9. Can't close this right now because I was using a metal bookmark, but I was having the worst time because it was either falling out of my book or chewing up my pages, so I need to get a new bookmark for this, and I've bent it as well. It's a good job it's like a trade paperback, so I'm not too bothered about its condition. So this is an adult epic high fantasy. This is also the first book in phase 2 of Catch Up Book Club, which is my book club, which is a club where we tend to do really intense read-alongs of really big, meaty adult high fantasy series. That was actually never my original intention when I started Catch Up Book Club, but that is what it has devolved into. So in this book, we follow Fitzwilliam. I still don't really know his full name 162 pages in. I think he's called Fitzwilliam. So we follow Fitzwilliam Chivalry, who is the bastard son of the prince who is next in line to the throne. This is a coming-of-age fantasy, which I did not know going into it, so we are pretty much following his entire life story. This book starts off when he is 6 years old and his grandfather on his mother's side has dropped him off at the keep and said, I don't want anything to do with this child anymore. His father can look after him. So Fitz is left with Burrick, who is the man who is responsible for looking after all of Fitz's father's horses, hounds and hawks. And this is where our story begins, where Fitz is journeying to Bookkeep, which is where his father is, and everyone's kind of assuming that they'll just figure things out from there. However, by the time Fitz arrives at Bookkeep, his father has abdicated the throne and said he does not want to be next in line anymore, and gone to live out the rest of his days in a little reclusive countryside place with his sickly wife. So this leaves Fitz with Burrick, and he spends his days as pretty much typically as any young boy would in this situation. He helps Burrick out with the animals, he sneaks off into town and plays with the town children, until one day he does recapture the attention of the king, and the king decides that it is finally time for him to start utilizing Fitz, because he's in a very unique position where he is of royal blood, but he is not a fully blooded royal, so he's not fully accepted into the royal family, which means that he is in a very unique position in court where he is of high birth enough that he can interact with the court, but low birth enough that he will never actually truly be part of them. So the king does put into the motion the training of Fitz to become an assassin. This is a coming of age story, and because of that, this is a very slow story. We're just following his day-to-day life and the things that happen. I'm loving this book, guys. The writing style, when I went into this, I expected it to be very dry, very clinical, very difficult to read and very dense, but I am just loving this book. I want to say I'm flying through it. I'm not, because I started it like last Thursday, but I also didn't read it for 3 days because Ashley was here. Since I have picked it back up yesterday or Sunday evening, I can't get enough of this. The writing style is a lot more descriptive than I expected. It's also first person, which I didn't expect for some reason. I never associate first person perspectives with adult high fantasy, and the writing is, I don't want to say it's flowery really, because it's not flowery to the extent that I have read it in the past, but it's a little bit flowery and definitely more descriptive than I expected. Now, with reading this book, I have come to realize that I really love coming of age fantasy stories. This is the second one I've read this year. I read The Bear and the Nightingale at the end of January or in February, I believe, and it was another book like this one where a lot of people say that the story is really slow, but I go into it expecting it to be slow, expecting it to be difficult to get through, and I'm absolutely flying through it because I love it. Now, with me being on page 160 of this, I do still have around 300 pages to go. I'm anticipating that it's going to take me 2 to 3 more days to finish this one, and then I have 2 more books after this one on my Bookopoly TBR that I'm going to be progressing throughout the end of March, and I may squeeze a few more books in there as well. We'll see how it goes, but this one is on my Bookopoly TBR, and I'm assuming it's to read an adult fantasy. I would say that it is, but I'm not 100% sure right now, which is weird because I normally remember these things. So aside from that, I do have a parcel to open for you guys, and I'm really excited about this. And last week I did go into the way that I request review copies and how I only request them if I'm actually going to read them, and I think I'm still editing last week's vlog, so I haven't got to this part yet, but I'm pretty sure I told you guys I'd requested an ARC, but I probably wasn't going to get it because they sent them out a long time ago, even though there's still like a month and a half till the release of this book. But lo and behold, the morning after, I found out that I had actually been approved for a proof copy of Aurora Burning by J. Kristoff and Amy Kaufman. This is only my 3rd ever proof copy, and ooh, it has a Very, very, very pretty. How many pages is in this? Okay, it's about 500 pages, so similar length to Aurora Rising. If you watch my last week's vlog, if you watch my mid-month wrap-up, you will know what Aurora Rising is about. But it is the first book in J. Kristoff, who's one of my favourite authors, and Amy Kaufman's young adult sci-fi series, and it follows Squad 312 that is led by Tyler Jones, who was supposed to finish at the top of his class and have his pick of the crew and who he wanted to be on his squad. However, he was delayed in attending his graduation ceremony because he was rescuing a girl from a 200-year-old spaceship wreckage, and because of that his crew ends up being formed from his sister, his best friend, and then 3 people who are the leftovers that nobody else wanted, that he would never have dreamed of picking for his crew. As you can imagine, it's a found family story. They all end up, you know, banding together, and the main plot of this is that Aurora, who is the girl that Tyler rescued, is actually in a lot of danger, although she doesn't really understand why, and so she ends up stowing away on their ship as they go on their first mission, which kicks off a whole chain of events that ruins a lot of Tyler's plans, but you know, they gotta make it work and they gotta see this quest to the end. So I really loved Aurora Rising, which, I mean, thinking about it, I knew I would, but I was a little bit apprehensive, and so I'm very excited to have this in my hands. I am going to try and read this month. I think I'm going to see how my reading goes this week. If I can finish this and another book on my Bookopolis TBR, I may be picking this one up, but if not, I will definitely be reading it in April. I'm bringing you a review for this in May. This one is released on my birthday, actually. The release date for this is May 5th, so I guess my birthday booktube video will be a book review. But yeah, thank you so much to One World Publication for sending this my way. So excited to read it when I get to it, which will hopefully be very soon. Aurora Rising ended on a little bit of an emotional part that I wasn't expecting from it, so I'm a little bit nervous about this one, but I know I'm gonna love it. Okay, so that is all I have for you guys right now. I'm going to go and crack on and carry on editing last week's vlog, which I should have edited last night, to be fair, but I binged the entirety pretty much. I think I watched 6 episodes of You season 2. I have finished it now. Quick note on that, I don't like how it ends. I like a lot of aspects about it. I like the ways in which it followed the book, but just that end, there's not a lot I can really say about that, apart from I fucking love You as a book series. I love You as a TV show. It is so compelling and so interesting. I love Joe, and I love 40. It hurt me in the heart, and there's no release date for the 3rd book in the series, and there's also over a year or around a year to go until the next season is released. So I'm not sure how I'm going to cope with that waiting period, but I would recommend watching You if you haven't already. It's really good. Hey guys, so I have a parcel to open for you guys. I know what's in here. It is from Waterstones. It's something I have been very excited about, although it's hard to be excited about anything these days. Let's crack her open. Just put makeup on, and I don't want to get makeup on the book. Here we go. Ah, there she is. Oops. This is the Crescent City House of Flesh and Blood by Sarah J Maas UK tour edition. As you guys probably remember, I did have tickets for the tour that was cancelled because coronavirus. It does have a signed bookplate in here, and we have the fancy end pages still. It's got the quote, "Through love all is possible," on the back. It's just a really nice edition, and it's the main reason I wanted to go on the tour, because this is the only like special edition of the book available, which is like, I understand it because they don't need to make special editions for Sarah J Maas, but they could have made a hell of a lot of money because I would have bought like one of every edition. Glad this has arrived. It also comes with a couple of little bits. We have a Crescent City pin, and also that is a temporary tattoo. So pretty much the deal with this is that if you had tickets to the tour, you had the option of buying it from Waterstones because the tour was cancelled, but they'd still made the books. So I did snap that up. For my reading, I'm on page 248 of this. I have not read very much this week at all. I am still really enjoying this and really loving this book. I'm not panicking too much, although I am a little bit. It's really weird. I assume Editing Becca has cut a whole section from the start of this vlog on Tuesday, because in that section I did say that I'm not going to be mentioning the pandemic at all in my videos, kind of just to give people a little bit of escapism, because my life is not wholly impacted directly by what's going on in the world. I'm self-employed, I work from home most of the time, I go into the office like twice a week, and I go buy my groceries. I don't really have a social life or anything, and I do spend the majority of my time working from home anyway. So I kind of said in that section that I won't mention it because you guys may need some escapism, and I can, for the most part, go on with my life as normal. However, it has only been 2 days since I said that, and I very quickly realized that not mentioning it is not a possibility. It's just not. This is big, and I knew it was big, but as we go further into this period, we're realizing how long lasting the effects are going to be. We're realizing that isolation, etc., may have to happen again whenever we come out of it. So yeah, I don't think that not mentioning it is going to be possible. I don't know. I woke up feeling really weird this morning. I'm self-employed, as I said, so I'm in a better position than a lot of people, but also my industry revolves around people having a dispensable cash flow, like money that they can spend on things they want as opposed to things they need. And it's kind of swings and roundabouts, because in this current climate, some people are going to have dispensable cash that they would have spent on social interaction, and other people are losing their jobs. So I'm feeling weird. I know that I come from a position of somewhat privilege in this matter. I'm just a little bit concerned, because the thing with me is that I don't panic. I'm not panicking because of what's going on. I'm panicking because we don't know what's going to happen, and I like to know things, and that's my source of panic right now. I just wanted to share that with you. I hope that this is not another section of my vlog that I'm going to cut. That's where I'm at with that, and yeah, we'll just leave it there. So while everybody else has been panic buying things like toilet roll, I have been panic buying stock. So I am now fully stocked up. I just got a new delivery of jars, and I got a couple of fragrance oils. I am in the process of ordering a new batch of fragrance oils to restock the Crescent City release, because you guys saw me are really damn quick on those. And I've also ordered the fragrances for the April release. So I have quite a few things to be getting on with, but nothing too taxing today. My main thing I need to do today is send out some orders, and after that I think I'm going to try and take it a little bit easy. I think I'm going to try and do some reading and see where the day takes me. So this is a little bit of a weird update. I don't really know what's going on right now with anything, to be fair, and that's the issue. But yeah, I'm gonna go get on and do some stuff and see if I can feel a little bit better at some point throughout the day, see if I can put my mind at ease.
You're the night sky trying to make me see your stars, but the dark gets lonely. Now I see violet, I can feel silence, and the dark's all that I see. When your stars have burnt out and your heart makes no sound, I'll find violet in your eyes. You'll always.
Hey guys, thought I would just pop in and have a little bit of a chat with you. When I found my book, here it is, I will give you a little bit of a reading update. I've just finished filming my Scribd recommendations video. I have a lot of footage for that. I hope it edits down to something concise and actually workable. But reading wise, I'm on page 416 of Assassin's Apprentice, so I'm finally going to finish it today, and I'm so excited. This book is slow, but that's not the reason that I've been reading it slowly. I just have not been reading very much, which brings me to the main reason why I am here actually doing an update. I have actually just started a Twitch. I had a Twitch account because I used to stream with my boyfriend, like he would stream, but I had a Twitch account so that I could be in the chat. I've actually started streaming on it. I'm currently streaming World of Warcraft. I'm also thinking about doing some live reading dates on there for you guys. It's just with everything that's going on, I kind of just wanted to have a place where people could just come and hang out and we could just like have a chat. Animal Crossing has just been released. If you're playing Animal Crossing and you want to stick me on in the background so we can just talk while we're all gaming. If you actually want to watch me play World of Warcraft, would not recommend because I'm not very good at it. I actually have a friend who is going to be joining me in the streams to guide me through the game so that I can just kind of like tag along with him and do dungeons while I'm chatting with you guys. But my Twitch channel it's Becca on the books, but I will put a link in my description box. I'm going to put it in there permanently now. But for this video, while I'm talking about it, I'll put it at the top, so if you guys want to go follow me on there, you can. If you want to maybe join some of them. I have also been announcing on Twitter every time I'm doing a live stream, so you can check on there and see if I'm live at the minute. I'm kind of trying to do it daily. Obviously that's not going to fit with my schedule every day. Like, I don't know if I'm going to have time to hop on tonight, but I'm trying to be as constant a presence as possible. So anybody who is struggling through this time, struggling with isolation, struggling with any mental health issues that are caused by having to be inside all the time and not being able to go out, you have a place where you can come hang out with me. I'm playing World of Warcraft. I'm talking about whatever you guys are talking about in the chat. So yeah, even if you're not interested in gaming, if you're not interested in World of Warcraft specifically, if you want me to talk about anything in particular, then just drop into the chat. You guys can talk amongst each other and I will join in as I'm playing. And I just want to create a place that's nice to hang out. I thought Twitch would be a better place to do that if I'm going to be doing this regularly, because I don't want my YouTube to become cluttered with random live shows. So yeah, go follow me on there if you want to join any of those in the future. It is a really chill time. I've done 2 so far and they've been really great. They've been really fun. We've talked about books, we've talked about games, television, that kind of thing. So yeah, I'll be there most evenings if possible, if I can swing it for a couple of hours to chill out with you guys. And if you want to join, then you are definitely 100% more than welcome. So I have just finished filming that video. I've lost my book again. I'm surrounded by books right now. I'm gonna go and read another chapter of this, which will leave me with about 30 pages left, and then I'm probably going to cook dinner, edit the video I just filmed, and I'll come back to you guys a little bit later on tonight and let you know my final thoughts on this one. Hey guys, I just finished my stream for the evening and I am about to go to bed. I did finish Assassin's Apprentice before I started my stream. I gave this 5 stars. I really loved it. I love the writing in this. I've heard a few people say that it's dry. I don't think that it is. In my opinion, it's not anyway, but I really love coming of age fantasies, which is something that I've just very recently discovered. I need to correct myself from earlier in the week because I said that the main character is called something like Fitzwilliam Chivalry. He's not. He's called Fitzchivalry Farseer. I knew that he had like 3 names, but I couldn't remember what they were. So he's Fitzchivalry Farseer. I do have a little bit of information about the plot in this now. It is super political, and throughout the course of this book we have the Red Ship Raiders, which are kind of like, they live on islands that are off the mainland, and from what I can tell from the opening bits of every chapter, they are the origins of the people who live on the mainland now. So they were originally all these out islanders, I think they were called, and they are raiding and kidnapping people and leaving behind husks of people, and this is seriously threatening the kingdom. As well as that, we have a lot of political machinations within the royal family and everything that's going on there. There's rivalries within the family. The king had 2 wives and that's led to rivalries between the sons, and Fitz is just in the middle of this, being an assassin and working out who he should trust. I like the father figures in here. We have 2. We have Boric and we also have Shade, and I like them. I like all of the characters in here apart from Regal. I hate Regal, really hate Regal. I thought the characters were really well done and well developed. The plot still doesn't really happen in this book. I mean, we do have an event, a plot event at the end of this book, and it is kind of resolved. I would say that the plot is not the strongest in this book, but with it being adult epic fantasy and with so much thought being put into the character and the building of this, I would say that the plot is definitely going to end up with this big, epic, complicated thing in the books to come, which I'm really excited to read. Read it a little bit slower than I wanted to, just because the chapters are quite long and it takes me a few pages to get into it every time I pick it up. So it is one of those books where I have to dedicate like a decent amount of time to be able to sit down and read it. So it's not that I wasn't enjoying it or it took me a long time to read when I was actually reading it. It's just I tend to read in fits and starts. So I'll sit down and read like a 10-page chapter and then go do something and then squeeze in like 15 pages here and there. And I can't do that with this book. So it did take me a little bit longer just to dedicate the time to actually reading it. And I didn't want to start a second book alongside this because I knew I would just keep prioritizing the faster paced book over this one. But I really loved it, would recommend this, can't wait for the live show to discuss it with you guys. I'm interested to see what the rest of the hosts have to think about this. I'm interested in diving through some of the plot threads in here. My camera just fully turned itself off for no good reason, but I like how Robin Hobb doesn't dumb it down for the reader. She doesn't really, like when she's revealing things throughout the book, she doesn't make a big deal about tying it back to other hints earlier on. You kind of piece together the hints and pick up the hints, or you don't essentially. And if you don't, then you don't recognize that a reveal is a big reveal. There is a big reveal about Garen. Is he called Garen? Galen? he's called Gallon. There's like a big reveal surrounding him that I did kind of guess earlier on by piecing it together myself, so I really like that she does that, and I'm really excited to see in the live show whether any of you guys or any of my fellow hosts picked up on any things that I failed to pick up on in this one. So 5 stars for that. That was my Bookopoly book to read in adult fantasy. I have 2 Bookopoly books left. I'm just about to go get in bed now that I've finished my stream, but the next book I will be picking up is All the Stars and Teeth by Adeline Grace. This was my Owlcrate book for February. It came up on Bookopoly for the challenge to read my most recent purchase on my most recently acquired book, so very excited to read this one. It will be my first Owlcrate book I've actually read. This one is about a girl. I believe she's the princess of an island kingdom. She has been honing this magic that gives her mastery over people's souls, and I think to prove that she's fit to rule she has to demonstrate her power, and something goes horribly wrong during this demonstration that causes her to flee, and she ends up with this ragtag bunch that are comprised of a princess, which is her, a pirate, a stowaway, and a mermaid, and it says the crew makes the queen, and I believe this crew is going to help her get back her kingdom so that she can ascend to the throne. That's all I know about this. It's a young adult fantasy. I've not read too many watery young adult fantasies, so I'm not sure how I'm going to feel about it in that regard, but I'm excited to read it. I'm hoping it's going to be a little bit faster paced than, well, it's definitely going to be faster paced than Assassin's Apprentice, and it's 370 pages. So I'm going to go to bed and I'm going to go and start this, and I'll let you guys know tomorrow how I feel about it when I'm wrapping up this vlog. This feels like a really weird vlog this week. It feels like it's going to be a short one, and it feels like I've literally done nothing. This week has passed so quickly. I'm just popping in really quick to wrap up this vlog. I have started All the Stars and Teeth. I'm only on like page 40. Today is, I'm gonna sit. Today is Sunday. It is also Mother's Day in the UK, so it hasn't been the best day for me. I've been feeling quite emo today. I feel better now. I don't feel terrible. It's just not a great day. I can't really tell you anything about this so far because I'm only 40 pages into it, and I just feel nothing so far. I'm hoping I start to actually care about this book soon, but like I said, I'm not too far in. But it follows a girl who's a princess of all of these islands. There seems to be some difficulty with some of the islands. One of them was cast out from the kingdom, and then it was struck by a storm, and there's some issues with that. And I'm just about to get to the bit that I described when I said what this book was about, where she does the demonstration of her powers. So that is all I'm up to with this one, pretty much. All I got to say. I'm going to be editing this vlog tomorrow. I'm not in the office tomorrow. I think it's going to be a pretty short one actually. Not a lot happened this week. I have done a lot of streaming and stuff though. I didn't stream tonight because, again, feeling emo. So I just played a little bit of World of Warcraft. I'm at level 42 now. I'm doing pretty good. But I just did some random quests and had a wander around while I wasn't really in the mood to do much of anything else. So I'm going to get going. I'm going to get off. I hope you have enjoyed this vlog. If you made it this far, I hope that next week's vlog is a little bit more exciting. I mean, it looks like we're going into lockdown in the UK, so I'm not sure how much more exciting it's going to be. Hopefully we don't go into full lockdown, and I want to try and see if I can get a couple of walks in. I'm almost in the countryside. I'm in a small town that's surrounded by countryside, so there are quite a few little nooks and crannies and dog paths that I can walk on. If all else fails, I do have a garden. I don't have grass or anything, which is just really annoying. I've got astroturf and I don't like it, but I do need to do some work in the garden. I can't garden for shit. I can't even keep a plant alive, but we're coming into spring and the garden needs a little bit of work, things trimming back and stuff. So I mean, I guess I could go out and do some gardening if I'm really desperate for some fresh air. But yeah, that's it for this vlog. Hope you enjoyed it if you made it this far. If you did like this vlog, then please give it a like and subscribe if you want to, and I will see you guys next week for hopefully some more entertaining content. Bye.
Oh, you bite your friend like chocolate. You say you will go where nobody knows, with guns hidden under our petticoats. We're never gonna quit it, no, we're never gonna quit it, no.